Hi, my name is Vicki and this is Heartland Knits and Sews, my YouTube channel where I talk about all the things I love to do, mostly knitting and sewing. Today I have a Make 9 video for you, all about my sewing plans for 2025. I know a lot of people have other ways of sort of planning kind of their makes and their year and what they want to do with it, but I really find the Make 9 works well for me, so I'm kind of sticking with it. Let's get into it. I don't want this to be too long, so let's start right away. I do have my phone so that I can remind myself of the order in which I've put these on my grid, but I will put it on one side or the other so that you can sort of follow along. I want to start out with the thing that was my Christmas present this year. Let me get this sort of down. This pattern, which is the Calypso jacket by Maison Faux. There's quite a few Maison Faux patterns in my Make 9, but this came out right before Thanksgiving, so right at the end of November. They came out with this little jacket, and I sort of fell in love with it. It has a couple different options. You can do it with a collar or without, and with these gathers and without. It has this pretty little button detail on the sleeve. So yeah, so when they came out with this pattern, they also came out with like kits for it. They had two different versions, and it would have been a really hard choice because I loved them both, but one of them was a black tweed version, beautiful fabric, but I made a little black jacket, their Metropolis jacket, last year, so I thought I really don't need another black one. So I chose the other option, which is a black and white houndstooth. Everything came in this really, really pretty box. Like, isn't it pretty? So that was, it all came like that, still all in here. So this is the fabric, and it's this black and white houndstooth. This is 100% wool. It is a dead stock from Italy. And I love the sort of scale of that print with this little jacket. I just think it's so beautiful, and I kind of can't wait to sew it up. So then everything else that you need is included in the box. The lining, the interfacing, the buttons, the needles, machine needles, the thread. I really can't wait to get going on it. Project number 2 is also a Maison Faux pattern, and it's, well, I've put down a specific pattern, but really what I want to work on this year is getting the fit down for some tailored trousers. I think it might take me all year, but I put down their, the Maison Faux Brooklyn trouser. It's one of their signature patterns, and it has pleats in the front, so that's the one thing I'm a little worried about. It's been years and years and years since I've had pleated trouser on, and I just don't know if that works for how my body is shaped now. So in case that is just a no-go, they do have another pattern, I can't think of what the name of it is, that I might substitute in, because I have this beautiful fabric. Again, I bought it at the same time as I bought that kit, and it's a fabric that's also a dead stock from Italy. It's like a wool suiting, and she said on one of her videos or an interview or something that they often look for this fabric that is sort of the right weight for that pattern, because it is one of their signature patterns. And cute. I have everything wrapped up still in there. The tissue paper came in, but it is, I mean, it's just going to look like black wool, but it is just the most gorgeous quality of wool. So there will be many, 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 many towels, wearable and otherwise. By the end of the year, I want tailored trousers in this fabric. It might take all year just because I might attempt some, and then if it doesn't work out, I might, like put it aside and then come back to it later just to try it. It's undoubtedly the most intimidating one that's on my Make 9, because I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get it to work, but that is my goal. The next one is also a Maison faux pattern, and it is this blouse. It's called the Bellini blouse. I really like this. I like the sort of rounded neck. It's got little kind of tucks on the shoulders in the front, and then it also has it on the back in at the yoke. This blouse is fairly simple. When they came out with another one this fall that was had a little more kind of details in it, but I had this one. This came out, this was in the spring summer last year. So anyway, I want to give this one a try, and the fabric that I have for this is also one of their fabrics, and it is, hopefully this will show, but it is their Lily Viscose, and it's a jacquard. You can sort of see the little like satiny jacquard. And it's just a beautiful weight and a beautiful quality. And yeah, I want to sew that little blouse up. And won't that top line, won't that just make the best outfit? And then, but again, being able to, like, all of those pieces you could wear like just tons of different ways with the rest of your wardrobe. And that's what I'm trying to build over last year and this year too. I want to build a wardrobe where everything coordinates and works together, and I will have just a lot of options. So last year I could sort of, my three colors really throughout my whole life have been black, white, and pink. And this year I want to add in some like navy blue just to expand things a little bit. But anyway, that is the top line. So on the next line, we have the start of something completely different. This one I have just listed or put down a fabric because I don't want to tie myself down to a specific pattern with it because it's for summer. And this was a fabric that was in a Think Pink box. I think it was the August box, because it came right at the tail end of summer, and it's a cotton poplin. It's a Lady McElroy fabric, and at the time I just thought it was, you know, turning to September and autumn, I just didn't think I would get really anywhere, so I saved it back, and I want to get it sewn up for this summer. So it is, it looks sort of red online, and I think that, I don't know what it is about these colors, but trust me, it's hot pink. The background is hot pink. It is not red, but it's a lovely weight, and I want to do a little summer dress with it. So because it's a long time between now and say June, and there could be a lot of different patterns that came out that I'd maybe want to try to use with this fabric, I don't want to tie myself down. If I had to say, like right this instant, that I would use one of my sort of favorite tried and true patterns, which is the Sew Over It vintage shirt dress, which I just find it's an easy, really easy kind of casual dress to wear. I have a lot of them. I throw them on to run errands or go out for lunch or whatever. And it's a dress that I enjoy sewing. It has a lot of nice processes in it, so I really enjoy sewing it, but I don't want to tie myself down there because there could be a lot of new pretty patterns. So yeah, so that is that one. And then in the middle, we have something completely different, something I've never made before. I've never made a bag. And I have chosen the Crescent tote from Noodlehead Pattern. Now, right before Christmas, Andrea from Beyond the Pink Door put a bunch of kits together for this bag pattern. And she's really good at that. She has a real knack of putting things together like that. And I started looking at them thinking, yeah, maybe I want to order one. And they were also pretty, I was having a hard time choosing. So one night I thought, I'll decide in the morning. And then the next morning they were off. They were like not available anymore. So I was talking to a friend who said, you know, that bag you really don't need a kit for, because it doesn't have a lot of the sort of specialty, you know, hardware in certain sizes that you have to source. It really is just sort of the webbing, the strap, and the zippers. And I thought, yeah, that's true. So I went on Emmeline Bags, and they had the pattern, and I bought the kind of interfacing it needed, and the strap and the zippers. And then for the outside of it, I'm hoping that this will work. So I made a skirt out of this last summer, and I had this left over, but this black and white, it's like a canvas kind of print. I bought extra of this because I knew I wanted, with this sort of very bold print, I wanted to pattern match it kind of at the back seam. So I have a decent amount left. I don't know if it's like sizing wise, if it will work out, but hopefully it will, because I think that that could make a super cute little bag. I have a black and white strap coming, so hopefully that will work. And I don't have lining, but that shouldn't be hard to find. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I've never made a bag before, and sometimes I like to do a kind of just individual project over a long holiday weekend, 4th of July or something like that. And I think that I want to do this for my knitting. I'm planning a knitting retreat for next summer again, so I think it'll be fun to have before then, which that'll be at the end of July. So yeah, so there is that. So then at the end of that row, we have another Just Fabric. And if you watched my Precious Fabrics Challenge video last September, you will recognize this. This was one of the fabrics I pulled out as one of my precious fabrics. And it is, but I want to get it sewn up, and that is this fabric. It is so beautiful. This is a Lady McElroy Viscose Challis, and it is the Life in Venice print. And I've had this for quite a while. I think I got it for my birthday during COVID, or maybe it was 2020 or 2021. I'm not sure. Anyway, I have this, and I've just been sort of, I love it so much, I've been kind of afraid to cut into it. I have something like 4 meters, which kind of allows me to do almost any kind of dress that I want. I definitely want to do a dress. But then it also, I don't want to end up with like leftover that I can't do anything. I don't want it to go to waste, you know, any of it, because I love it so much. So that has kept me sort of from, like, if I feel like if I'm going to kind of use it for like a dress and something else, I need to have that figured out right away so I can, you know, cut it all out at the same time. So I just decided, rather than have it sitting in a drawer in my stash, I just want to make a dress with it. Again, I'm leaving it open a little bit because something could come out that I really want to use it for. If I had to decide right this minute, I would say it's going to be the Sew Over It Eve dress, because I would use the sort of long and short version. Those pieces are really large, so it wouldn't kind of break up the print too much. And that's a fun dress to sort of swan around in with the long skirt. So yeah, but I'm leaving my options open because, again, something might come up. And I'm just going to, I know I will have leftovers because that pattern doesn't take that much meterage, but I will just cross that bridge when I come to it, and when I have leftovers, I'll figure out what to do with them then. Yeah, so anyway, there is that. So on these things, I always find it's really good to put on kind of a knit project that's sort of fast and easy, very straightforward, just because you get sort of a quick win at times maybe you need one of those and you feel good that you got one of your Make 9s done. So for this year, I've put down the Itch to Stitch Hepburn turtleneck. Now I made one of these last year out of a fabric that came from a Think Pink box. It was a beautiful sweater knit. And so I have a couple more of them planned. And actually one of them is sort of the same sweater. Last fall, Andrea listed a couple of the other colors that she had found. She had brought them over from Ireland to her new shop, and they were winter fabrics, so I don't know if she had them in storage or what, but anyway, she came upon them and she posted them on her website, and one of them was the color that would have been my first choice from if I'd gotten it in the box, and that is, it's a dark blue. It's not quite a navy, but you can see it's like a little rib, and it's a sweater knit. It is viscose and I think nylon, but yeah, so it's the very same fabric that I made my other one in, but the color that I really wanted. So I do plan on making this up fairly soon because I'd like to wear it this winter. And I do have at least one other one planned that I want to sew up. So yeah, so that is my sort of quick and easy little box on there. And then we have one other kind of just fabric. And that is another one that is left from a Think Pink box. I think this was the July box, and it is a Liberty print, a Liberty poplin. I don't have much Liberty print. It's very expensive in the US, but it's this blue and white kind of paisley print. It's a little bit more, my mom would have called it soldier blue. She was a painter. She would have called that soldier blue. But yeah, so I let this go. I didn't quite know what to make with it right away, and so I didn't sew it up last year. But I don't want to let it fall into the precious fabric category. Oh, it's a Liberty print. Oh, I can't, I'm afraid to sew it up. That kind of thing. I want to get it sewn up this year. So what I'm thinking, it's quite a sort of busy print. I'm thinking a kind of like a button-up shirt pattern. I don't have any like really in mind, but I'm thinking it could be really pretty. Like if you wore this kind of either as like a second sort of like a little layer over like just a little tank top or something, but then if you had this like over a little tank top and you tied it with white jeans, I think that could be really pretty. I can picture that really well. So that's why I'm thinking sort of a shirt, but again, I want to leave my options open, and I just want to be able to get something sewn up out of it. I don't want to let it get into stash and sort of be afraid to sew it up. And then last but not least, we have the Maison Fauve Grenadine skirt, which is a free skirt pattern from them. And you know how some companies, or sometimes the like free patterns are sort of bare bones, and what this one is not at all. They have a version that is fully lined and completely bagged out, or they have like just an easy, kind of one that's unlined, that's sort of, so I have several. I have many of these planned. It is really, I made one kind of in the early fall and love it. Just absolutely love it. I have a tweed one that's sitting right over there. That's actually what I'm going to start sewing on next. I have a tweed one. I have like summer ones that I really want to do, like out of that kind of like a canvasy or denim. It's the best little skirt pattern, and kind of fit right out of the packet. So yeah, I have kind of many of those planned. So there we have it, my Make 9 for 2025. What do you think? I feel like it's a good mix. I've got a jacket and a skirt and trousers, a woven top, a knit top, a couple dresses, a bag, something that I'm like really don't know what I want to do with, but I want to actually get that sewn up. So I feel like it's a really good mix of things to keep my interest, and kind of a wide variety, like runs the seasons. You know, you can have, there's probably more weighted towards the winter, but then you've got this winter to sew them and sort of next fall leading into like December. So yeah, I'm really hopeful about that, about them this time. So let me know what you think. Oh, thank you all so much for watching. If you're not already a subscriber, please do subscribe. I got a kind of a year-end thing from YouTube where like it, you know, had all kinds of analytics and you know, things. And I didn't realize, because I don't really watch the numbers all that much, but I'm very close. I'm within 50 of 1,000 viewers or subscribers. So if you're not already, please do click that button and see how I do with all these makes, because I'm going to try to do some Friday sews and like show my makes as they're being done. And yeah, it'll be fun. But I thank you all for watching, and until I see you next time, happy sewing.